Hello everyone and welcome to the live stream. I hope that you are all doing good tonight. We have a couple of topics that I've wanted to discuss over the past couple of days that I just haven't gotten a chance to make videos on, that I've been really interested in discussing, kind of giving you all my opinions on these topics. We have a couple of rumors, some very unfortunate news for, I'd say a lot of people's favorite gaming company currently, CD Projekt Red. We also have, what else do we have? We have some internet outrage. We've got a lot of different topics to cover tonight, and the first one that we're going to start with, we are going to be talking about a new rumor claims to reveal the reason behind Pedro Pascal's alleged exit from The Mandalorian's second season. Now, as a lot of you know, Mandalorian's second season is out. It's been pretty good so far, and a lot of people have really enjoyed it. But there have been a lot of rumors swirling around Pedro Pascal's character. Of course, he plays the Mandalorian. And there's just been a lot of rumors that he's going to exit the show, why he would exit the show, and just kind of some backstage issues that he's been facing, and that just the team in general's been facing. We're going to be talking about some internet outrage. It wouldn't be a Vara stream if I wasn't going to talk about just a little bit of outrage, because, you know, I do like to stay positive as much as I can, but I do also think that it's important to point out issues like this, where there are people being harassed, and there are accusations of racism over in-game hairstyles. Now, I understand that maybe people will get a little bit upset over things that actually matter. I don't know, like politics. Maybe I can understand online people getting a little bit angry about political opinions, or maybe something that happened that's just current event related, but people harassing someone and accusing them of being racist over an in-game hairstyle that they didn't even create is just, it's peak stupid. We're going to be talking about Cyberpunk. If you guys didn't know, it's almost time for Cyberpunk to release. I'm sure most of you guys know. As you all know, I'm extremely excited for Cyberpunk 2077 to finally come out, finally get my hands on it. I will be streaming it day one. But there's actually been gameplay leaking on the internet already. Now, we are still a couple of weeks away from the official launch. It launches December 10th, or at least that's what they're saying right now. Next delay when. And stores are finally starting to get their physical copies, and there are apparently employees who are deciding, fuck street date, taking these physical copies of games like Cyberpunk and uploading gameplay footage online. Now, there hasn't been a lot of gameplay footage posted online yet. We're going to talk about this because CD Projekt Red has taken a lot of it down so far. They've been pretty good about it, but there is quite a bit of gameplay leaking online. And we are going to be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Star Kurt Russell, I really like Kurt Russell, attacked for opinion that actors should remain politically neutral. Now, I believe that Kurt Russell's a great actor, and I also believe his opinions most of the time are pretty good as well. He's been a very vocal actor when it comes to just the entertainment industry and the problems that the industry is facing right now. So I really wanted to talk about that as well. And I do want to say, because I see a lot of you in chat talking about it, I was initially going to talk about Belle Delphine actually being banned from YouTube, but her channel has been reinstated. So if you are here for Belle Delphine, it wasn't my original title. I was planning to discuss it because I had some very interesting opinions, mainly why the fuck are they banning someone like her when they've got people like Cardi B shaking their ass, you know, in a music video as well. But her YouTube channel has been reinstated, and I do want to note that there are a couple of videos that are missing from her channel, but she had actually deleted them before she was banned. So her channel is reinstated. She is not banned anymore. I was going to talk about it. Justice for Belle happened already. She's not banned. She's unbanned. You can go check her YouTube channel. So I was going to talk about that, but I guess I don't need to talk about it anymore. But maybe, you know, I'll talk about it a tiny bit, but there's not a lot to say here, especially where YouTube apparently apologized to her. YouTube creators, that's what it's called. YouTube creators, you know, cleared it up. It was a big mistake, apparently. Come on, YouTube, a lot of mistakes with people just randomly getting ban hammered. But they did apologize to her. She came forward and said, thank you so much, YouTube, you know, listened quite a lot. Of course, everyone's support really helped, but she did say that YouTube listened to her, they helped her out, and they reinstated her channel. So she is no longer banned on YouTube. So that's all that I really had to say about that. I'm glad that she is unbanned, because she was banned for one day. Yeah, one day. It was less than a day, I want to say. But yeah, she is unbanned currently. She is not gone anymore. But hi everyone, I hope that you all are doing good. Welcome to the live stream. How is your evening going? Those are the topics that we are going to discuss. I'm going to chat with you all for a minute or two before we start getting into them. But a very interesting night filled with topics. A couple topics that I really wanted to talk about. Like the Animal Crossing one, and of course the Cyberpunk topic is brand new. We only started really hearing about that today, so that is a new topic that I wanted to talk about. And of course, if you didn't see my video earlier, you'll have to go and watch that afterwards. She probably threatened them with a lawsuit. I don't necessarily know. I mean, there's always that possibility, or maybe they saw how much outrage there was that she was banned, and they thought there wasn't going to be so much outrage. Unfortunately, I feel like that's what happens most of the time, is a creator gets banned. Because we've seen this happen a ton of times now. A creator gets banned, and there's a ton of social media backlash and outrage over it. And they decide the outrage and the backlash isn't worth it. So they end up unbanning the person and say, oh my gosh, it was an accident. Whoops, we didn't mean to ban this creator. And unfortunately, if you're not a big creator and you don't have a lot of other big creators backing you up, you're probably not going to get your channel unbanned, unfortunately. If someone like me got banned, maybe I'd be able to get it unbanned just because I know a lot of other creators. But if you don't know a lot of other creators and you're like my size, you could even be like 300,000 subs. If you get banned and you don't know a lot of other big creators and no one picks up on the story, they're probably not going to unban your account, unfortunately. Let me check chat for a minute. I didn't respond, but the group admin felt it was willingly I got banned in an AC Facebook group. AC Animal Crossing, Assassin's Creed. What other games are AC? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you mean Animal Crossing. I posted a screenshot, of an island design I was working on. Yep, had the new haircuts on, got attacked for using it. I think that it is absolutely ridiculous that people are being attacked over using a hairstyle. It's so dumb, and it's so dumb because people are claiming it's, you know, cultural appropriation and attacking people, you know, accusations of racism. They called it space buns for Princess Leia. Get it? Haha. Princess Leia? Galaxy far away? Space buns? Oh, wow. Who could have figured that out? You know, we'll talk about that afterwards. That'll be the second topic of the night. Dumb outrage. It's a hairstyle. Vera's got mob connections. I mean, kind of true. Not gonna confirm, not gonna deny. They ban and delete channels every day. Oh yeah, they absolutely do ban and delete channels every day. But when big channels get deleted and get banned, then other big channels usually join in when talking about it, just because they don't want it to happen to them. So they defend these channels, which I'm not saying that they shouldn't defend these channels. And that can, you know, have positive outcomes, just like this one. It's very questionable that they've been having a lot of accidents lately when it comes to banning creators. How do you accidentally ban someone? Especially with no strikes on their channel. Like, if a channel had, like, maybe 1 or 2 strikes on it, okay. You know what? Maybe I could understand it getting deleted prematurely. But for channels that have no strikes, no warnings, no nothing, clean-cut accounts that are just getting outright banned is baffling to me. It's baffling that this is happening so much. And it's unfortunate. But hi, everyone. That's the majority. The Nintendo community is toxic. I wouldn't necessarily say the majority of the Nintendo community is toxic. I think that every group has people that are what we call toxic, negative, mean-spirited people. I think that that can happen, like I've said previously, in every industry, in every community. It's all about finding the people who you like the most and who vibe the best with you and appreciate things the way that you do as well. Wait until January. The hammer drops harder. Why? What happens in January? Am I forgetting something? Or is it just because it's January? Because Biden? Animal Crossing fandom toxic confirmed. You could find a group of people in any sort of community and label the broader community as toxic just because of those couple of people. It can happen in literally anything. The most positive places in the universe, you could probably label toxic for one person being part of that group. It's just how it goes, you know? It's just how it goes. The mean ones are the loudest. Yes, mean people are usually the loudest. And, you know, I think that there are very loud people who aren't mean. But I think, unfortunately, there are people who aren't mean that want to be nice on things like social media. And then they see one bad situation and they completely flip the script and flip how they act towards a group of people or a specific person because someone they like is getting attacked, and then they become just as bad as the people that they claim to dislike. Happens often. With Biden going after hate speech, it's only a matter of time. You know, I am worried about that, definitely. But I think that a lot of the time, people say things and then nothing happens. I don't think that he's going to change the way that the internet works. At least right now, at least from what I've seen. What the fuck was Biden and Animal Crossing in the first place? People are so ridiculous nowadays. I will, when we get to the Animal Crossing topic in a few minutes, talk about the whole Biden campaign, because I'm going to be talking about something different than the Biden campaign, but I will give you guys kind of my brief thoughts on the whole Biden campaign, because I don't necessarily think what Nintendo did in a way was wrong, because it is in their toss. And they're basically just enforcing their toss. But we'll talk about that when we get to it, because I do have some deeper thoughts on that. So, we're going to start off with The Mandalorian, though. Alright, everyone, so let's start off with the first topic of the night. Now, The Mandalorian's been an extremely hot topic over the past few weeks, and I'm sure that you all know why. Mandalorian Season 1 was really good. It got really good reviews. In my opinion, it was one of the better shows to come out last year. Obviously, we had, like, you know, there's many good shows coming out. I mean, we have, like, The Witcher that we're waiting on the next season. Now we've got the next season of The Mandalorian. If you enjoy things like The Crown, I mean, The Crown is a highly rated show, and that recently just came out, the 4th season. But I'm sure a lot of you in chat have watched The Mandalorian, at least season 1, and you thought it was okay. I'm assuming no one in chat thought that The Mandalorian was under a 5 out of 10. And when it comes to the second season of The Mandalorian, there's been a lot of rumors surrounding it. I've talked about a lot of the rumors surrounding season 2, the positive rumors and also the negative ones, and I had another new one to read that I thought was interesting, because we've heard over the past 2 months, maybe almost 3 months at this point, that Pedro Pascal, halfway through The Mandalorian, had quit. It's just a rumor, all speculation. We had heard via a rumor that he had actually quit, and they basically had to change the story to fit around him quitting, that he was super difficult to work with, he wasn't getting his way, so he didn't want to be part of Star Wars anymore. So a new rumor claims to reveal the reason behind Pedro Pascal's alleged exit from The Mandalorian's second season.
Donated $5.
I have to wait for text to speech.
What's up, meat bags? How you doing, short stack? Beep boop beep beep boop bod, make me a mod.
Thank you for the $5 donation, Tony. Appreciate it. According to a new rumor, Pedro Pascal's alleged dramatic exit from his role as the character in The Mandalorian was fueled by his long-standing frustration over the role's requirement that he remain helmeted at all times. Earlier this year, prior to the premiere of The Mandalorian's second season, YouTuber Doomcock and the YouTuber turned Rooster Teeth employee Grace Randolph both reported that they had heard word of a disagreement between Pascal and the show's production team, which eventually resulted in the actor's sudden abandonment of his role. Now, sometimes we'll hear that actors are having difficult times with their roles. Sometimes maybe they don't like someone at the company, one of their co-stars. I think it's just human nature to have some sort of discourse when you're an actor. You're used to getting your way. You're very used to getting everything that you want. But to hear the rumor, I should preface that with saying, to hear the rumor that one of the main stars quit halfway through the season is extremely worrying, not only as a fan, but also not just a fan of The Mandalorian, but as a fan of Star Wars in general. Extremely worrying to hear. And it's just extremely worrying to hear as a TV watcher. Imagine if all of your favorite shows, the main actor just decided like halfway through like season 2 or even season 3 that, hey, I just don't want to do it anymore. So you continuously had to replace actors. Imagine if that's how it worked. But while filming season 2, Pedro Pascal really wanted to have some scenes with his helmet off, but the Mandalorian creative team wouldn't budge on this, claimed Randolph. In the final straw, though, even though he was difficult to be around on set, the final straw was that he went to Lucasfilm, from what I've heard from my sources, to try and get them to intervene on his behalf. Now, I did recently talk about this in one of my previous Vera After Dark streams. You can go and watch that if you want, but I had kind of touched on this already. And then Doomcock would later allege that an inside source confirmed to him that Pedro has felt very frustrated at being hidden behind a mask and wanting more face time on the show. He noted that the situation wasn't as ugly as Randolph had depicted it. Now, I just want to say while we're reading these rumors, who knows which person's right, who knows which person's wrong. They both could have truths in this, they could both have half-truths in it, who knows. But there's multiple different sources of information being referenced here, so keep everything in mind when we're talking about this. A new rumor, courtesy of Doomcock and his sources, has suggested that that this incident was in fact fueled by a helmet-related disagreement between Pascal and the production team. My agents tell me that Disney did not want this story to get that they just want to forget all about this incident, said Doomcock. But as much as I dislike Pedro Pascal for the asinine and hurtful things he has tweeted out and posted on Instagram, I feel as if a bit of an injustice has been done to him, so I want to set the record straight. Doomcock explained how, according to a source with knowledge of the production, when Pascal signed his contract, he was under the belief that no Mandalorians were ever going to remove their helmets, and that this would apply to all Mandalorian characters on the show moving forward. But when Pedro got his first read of the script for Chapter 11, introducing Katie Sackhoff as Bo-Katan, he was pissed to see that, in fact, there were going to be Mandalorians taking off their helmets, and he wasn't one of them. Now, I'm someone who knows the lore pretty well for Star Wars and Mandalorians. Yeah, most of the time, Mandalorians do wear their helmets, but even in the show, as it says, and as you saw, Bo-Katan did take her helmet off, so it doesn't make sense that she could take her helmet off and he couldn't. There's not like this gender thing where it's like males can never take their helmets off and women can. Like, there's not that gender difference. At least from what I've always known in the canon. I mean, who knows with Disney, am I right? And current Lucasfilms. But it doesn't make a lot of sense that the creative team would go so harshly against him not taking his helmet off and her and other Mandalorian characters taking their helmets off. it just kind of 2 + 2 = 6, am I right? So upon discovering that helmetless Mandalorians would be featured on the show, Doomcock's source described how the actor started to try to change the situation, and as the previous rumors suggested, he went to Jon Favreau, to George Lucas, to Bob Iger, and to Bob Chapek. I'm just gonna say, if you're an actor that is so salty about your role that you're going to people like Favreau, Lucas, Iger, Chapek, literally anyone that will listen to you, you need to grow up a little bit. And I understand that actors' jobs aren't the easiest. Some of them work extremely long hours. Some of them endure, a lot of shitty situations on the set. But normal people have jobs too, have shitty situations that they get into. They don't want to go to work, and they're being paid a hell of a lot less than a lot of these entitled actors. And if you're feeling like so entitled that you're going to people like George Lucas and Bob Iger, I could understand why the creative team wouldn't want to work for him anymore, or work with him anymore, because it sounds like he was extremely difficult to work with. Again, it's all rumors. I'm judging my opinion and basing my opinion off of these rumors, but entitled actors are entitled. Though tellingly, the YouTuber points out, when asked if Pascal went to plead his case to Kathleen Kennedy, the source replied he knows better than to go to her. It sounds like she doesn't give a singular fuck, which is kind of unfortunate, because if you're an actor and you have problems, you should be able to go to someone like Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy is way more, how do I say it, like way more knowledged on The Mandalorian and the projects that are going on with it, compared to someone like George Lucas. Again, we don't really know if he went to all these people, but the rumors are saying that he did. It says Doomcock also notes that he was told that at that point he got hard to work with, showing up late, blowing lines, rumbling, basically doing everything he could to register his displeasure with the process, but then claimed that the last straw that broke the proverbial camel's back came in the form of an action figure based on his character. One day during shooting, Hasbro brought samples from the new Mandalorian toy line to the set to show them off. He elaborated, everything looked good until Pedro removed his figure's helmet, and the face underneath it looked really, really bad. Doomcock's sources point to that moment as the final humiliation, so Pedro more or less lost it. He started venting to cast and crew until it escalated into a yelling match until Pedro was told to leave the set. Well, can we just all agree that most action figures these days look like shit? It's unfortunate. I don't want to have to say that. I would love for action figures to look good, but like most action figures look like complete shit. And honestly, if your character has a helmet on 90% of the time, except in like one scene, I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Hasbro didn't half-ass him and not add his face underneath, because that would be a total Hasbro thing, is to have like a character and then not have their face underneath because they're known as the Mandalorian, where it's literally just a helmet glued onto a fake head or the neck. I wouldn't be surprised if they had done that. But continuing on, it sounds like he was very mad. The article ends with, as always, it is important to remember that this information is currently unverified and thus exists solely as a rumor. What do you make of Doomcock's new information? Do you believe it? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Bounding Into Comics is a pretty good website. I reference them quite a lot. Yeah. It's always very hard to say, does this rumor sound real or not? If these things really happened, that he was mad and frustrated and fed up with the creative team and the management, and he tried to go to people like Bob Chapek and Bob Iger, and he wouldn't go to Kathleen Kennedy because Kathleen Kennedy doesn't give a shit. And then Hasbro showed him a model of his action figure and it looked terrible. I could definitely understand that he might be fed up with the universe and he might just be fed up with the universe as in Star Wars universe, not the real universe, guys. He might just be fed up with the show in general. Now, he obviously has a contract, so we have no clue what would happen with that contract if these rumors are real and if he really did quit. There's a little bit of speculation that maybe they literally just decided, we're going to give him the money for his contract. We're done. We do not want to deal with him anymore. The teams do not want to work with him anymore. His fellow actors and actresses don't want to work with him anymore. But it seems like he has a pretty decent relationship with all of the other main actors and actresses. Like, you know, the actress that plays Cara Dune. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense that everyone was extremely angry with him and fed up with him. Especially where a lot of his co-stars haven't pointed towards anything like that, but we have no clue. It's very hit or miss with a lot of rumors, but I did still want to discuss it because I have enjoyed The Mandalorian. I know a lot of you guys have enjoyed The Mandalorian, and you know, sometimes rumors have some truth, even if the overall picture is false, but it is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt, and that's all that I really had to discuss with The Mandalorian's second season. Pedro Pascal's alleged exit. Did he leave? Did he not? Did he get a paycheck? Did he leave like a crying baby? Who knows? You decide. Okay, we're gonna move on to the second topic in just a minute. Can you guys hear the music fine? Does the music sound good? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Pascal's alleged. Hold on one second. You guys are gonna rehear me real quick. Did he? Okay, it sounds fine. The music sounds fine. You guys aren't gonna trick me tonight. Let me check chat. Only action figures that look good are Transformer ones, and even Hasbro half-asses those. True. It's so unfortunate the state that action figures are in. There are some really decent action figures out there, but what they come out with now for action figures, 90% of the time, they're pure garbage. And it's so unfortunate that it's just like something else ruined. Comic books ruined. You know, video games people try to ruin. Action figures ruined. Movies half ruined. I hope that Ahsoka isn't a non-binary lesbian thingy that has a saber boner. A saber boner. That's an interesting term, Ken. Who knows what they're going to do with these characters? They could completely 180 them and turn them to garbage. I think that most of the characters we've seen so far are actually decent characters. I don't think that a lot of them are bad. It's just whatever they decide to do in the future with these characters is the problem. All my Lego Mandos have no face. It's just a solid black head with no features. See? 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 You know what I'm talking about? Most of the time when an action figure doesn't have, or character that an action figure is based on doesn't have their mask off a lot, they won't put a face underneath because it's just a lot of wasted money in their opinion to have that printed on and stuff. I don't know. Amiibos are at least pretty high quality. Aren't Amiibos dead? Are Amiibos still like a thing? That's probably a dumb question because they probably are very much so alive. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen Amiibos in a while. There are new Animal Crossing ones, which, okay. I haven't seen Amiibos in so long. Oh, there's a little owl one. Aw, that's cute. $6. That's a steal and a deal, my friends. Ew, I don't want a cat Mario. Who wants that, though? I don't like Pedro enough to watch it. So I thought that Pedro Pascal was super good in like Game of Thrones. He only played a small part. I mean, yeah, I'd call his character a small part. He was only part of one season. He did a decent job. But like, he's good in The Mandalorian. But I feel the same way that I do with a character like Mera in Aquaman that Amber Heard plays. He's very replaceable. And unfortunately, he's very replaceable because he wears a mask all the time and he's a pretty fucking boring character. Like, The Mandalorian is fucking boring. The only reason why the show is good is because of Baby Yoda and the supporting characters like Gina Carano's Cara Dune. The Mandalorian himself, he's a plank. He's boring. He's basic. Like, imagine if Baby Yoda wasn't part of the show and it was literally just some guy running around with guns on Tatooine. We'd be like, no. Anyway, that's my hot take of the night. The Mandalorian's a pretty basic ass character, okay? He's like not bad, but he's not great. You can get amiibo if you look for them. Haven't seen amiibo in a while. Gina Carano, yeah! So true, 7X. Mandos are able to remove their helmets. Candorous Ordo. Mandalorians can definitely take off their helmets. There are time periods in Star Wars where it's kind of more taboo if you're a Mandalorian to take your helmet off outside of like your clan's, what's it called, like your clan's, I don't know, stronghold, sanctuary. There's definitely time periods in Star Wars where it's a bit more taboo. You don't do it as often, but like Mandalorians take their helmets off all the time. It's not like some big thing that no matter which timeline you're in, reverse the timelines, that it doesn't happen. It always happens. It's not like super uncommon. Some guy running around with guns on Tatooine sounds okay to me. Okay, 78. Okay, look at you trying to defend the Mandalorian. Alright guys, we are going to move on to the next topic of the night, which is Animal Crossing. This has been a topic I actually got pretty angry about. I was actually genuinely angry to hear about this happening, because I'm someone who believes that harassment online shouldn't happen. If you don't like someone, you say kind, mean words to them. How do you say that? Kind, mean words. Like, you tell them you don't like them, but you also block them and move on. Because it's the internet. You can do that. You don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to talk to them. But unfortunately, there are groups of people online that don't ever give up. If they hate you, they will hate you forever. And it is so childish. And there's now a situation going on which also kind of ties into Star Wars. Animal Crossing New Horizons player faces wave of harassment and accusation of racism over in-game bun hairstyle. Now, how do I wanna say this? This is fucking stupid. Someone took a picture of their little cute character in Animal Crossing, very cute, doing a little pose, and they literally got attacked for screenshotting their character for a hairstyle that was put into a video game. It's not like a game where you make your own hairstyles or you name your own hairstyles or you customize your own clothes. No. We're not talking about a situation like that. We're literally talking about someone using a hairstyle in a game, and they've gotten harassed for it, and they are being attacked for it on social media. Now, before we get into this topic, I just wanted to give you all my quick thoughts on the whole Biden situation. Basically, a couple of days ago, Nintendo had actually... Here, let me bring up a quick article. Nintendo basically said, no politics. Nintendo said you cannot have a Biden Island. I don't know who came up with the name. I don't know why we wouldn't name it something a little bit different. But new Animal Crossing rules prohibit Joe Biden's island. Oh no, Biden Island. Who thought that was good? So, basically, Nintendo is just reinforcing their rules where they've previously said, refrain from bringing politics into our games. And Nintendo's said that for a while now, but they did update their Animal Crossing rules specifically to say it, so there was no way people could weasel around it. And there was an official Biden Island made, and Nintendo banned it. They said, you can't do this in the game. We don't want politics being brought into our game. No, we were not allowed to do it. Now, I think that this situation is a lot different from other situations where we've seen Nintendo banning content, because I think that it's fine that Nintendo told the Biden campaign that they couldn't have an island and advertise for his campaign, because it's in their terms of service to not use their games for political messages. It's been that way for a while. They updated their Animal Crossing terms of service to make sure that it clearly said that. And I fully support people putting messages on like towels and like t-shirts in the game that say like free Hong Kong, because those are clearly human rights issues. But when you're posting advertisements for a political campaign, it's very different than someone putting on a beach towel in the game, free Hong Kong, or save Taiwan, things like that. If you're my candidate, or if you're even not my candidate, leave the advertising to TV commercials. I wanted to kind of clarify my situation there and my thoughts there, because I do think that there is a very distinct difference between a full-blown political advertisement being put into a game by a political candidate compared to a user putting on a beach towel, free Hong Kong, which is clearly a human rights issue. So I thought that we could read this article now that I've cleared up my stance on the Biden thing, because I know a lot of people have asked me, Vera, what do you think about Nintendo banning the Biden Island? And those are my thoughts, you guys. Now, scrolling back down a little bit, it says Animal Crossing New Horizons player faces wave of harassment and accusations of racism over using an in-game bun hairstyle. So it says an Animal Crossing New Horizons player is facing a wave of harassment and rampant accusations of racism solely for wearing a bun hairstyle on her white-skinned avatar, with critical race and social justice theorists claiming the player is appropriating black culture. It is a video game. Is it that big of a deal that someone is using a hairstyle that they like in a video game on their own avatar that you don't ever have to see? On November 20th, Twitter user shared a screenshot of her, I was going to say Assassin's Creed, Animal Crossing. Whenever I see AC, it's Assassin's Creed. Animal Crossing New Horizon character on their account, showing off both her in-game home and her avatar's new hairstyle. It says cute space buns. That is literally it. That is literally it. She said cute space buns. Most likely a nod to the iconic hairstyle worn by Princess Leia Organa in the Star Wars series. Now, I'm gonna be honest, guys. This looks pretty Leia to me. I mean, I guess I can kind of understand that people are saying maybe it's not fully based off of Princess Leia. But when I see buns, I'm gonna be honest, I think of Leia. I don't think of anything else, and that might be me. You guys might think differently, but whenever I see two cute little buns, I'm thinking of Princess Leia. And she's obviously, or this person, is obviously making a nod towards Princess Leia by saying cute space buns. Near immediately following her sharing of the screenshot, it says, this poor person's Stardew Leaf was descended upon by critical race and social justice theorists who began to accuse the player of racism, cultural appropriation, and general bigotry, based entirely on the mere fact that her avatar was white-skinned. Imagine attacking someone for their skin color in a video game. Seems pretty racist to me. Saying someone can't have white skin in a video game, especially with that hairstyle, can't do that. Well, it seems pretty mean to me. This caused an issue for these theorists, as according to their bad faith criticism, they believed that the hairstyle was included specifically and solely for the use by black individuals, specifically black women, despite the obvious fact that Nintendo programmed the hairstyle to be available to any and all avatars. Okay, guys, I'm gonna boot up Animal Crossing real quick, right? Listen to this. This is my theory. I'm gonna boot up Animal Crossing, and I'm gonna pick a random fucking hairstyle and say only white people can use it. How do you think these people would act? They think it's okay for them. Rules for thee, but not for me. Imagine if I posted a video going into Animal Crossing, finding a hairstyle, and saying that only white people should be using this, especially white women. Social media would lose their shit, saying that is racist, that is uncalled for, you can't do that. But they are allowed to do it. Again, rules for thee, but not for me. Continuing on, it says, interestingly, it appears that overwhelmingly a majority of those who took issue with the use of the bun hairstyle were high school to college-aged white individuals rather than actual members of the supposed offended demographic. I mean, they must have gotten this information solely on looking at their profile pictures and maybe their descriptions. I don't know how else they'd get that information. But it says one of the first and most prominent voices to take up the fight against their personal choice of the hairstyles was Horizons, who played a key role in sparking the outrage mob when they took notice of the screenshot and replied that the buns are meant for black girls. Us white girls cannot use them, so I advise you to change them before it's too late. What does that mean? Too late. Before it's too late. To which they proudly asserted till others cancel her and put her name out there. Imagine getting doxxed for using a hairstyle in a video game. Dude. Imagine. That is what social media has come to. You have a white avatar and you are using that hairstyle. You are canceled. I am gonna dox you. That is disgusting behavior. Fucking disgusting. It continues on with, when asked if this meant they wanted others to dox her for wearing a hairstyle, they threateningly declared that she shouldn't be wearing that hairstyle if she's white. Simple as that. It's not even a real person wearing a hairstyle. It's pixels. It's a pixel hairstyle on a pixel person. Why is this so terrible? Guys, next stream, I'm gonna have little space buns. I'm getting ready. I'm gonna do space buns, and then I'm gonna take a picture and post it with my white avatar in Animal Crossing that has the same hairstyle and go, spot the difference. Ooh woo woo. Ooh woo. I'm gonna do it. What do you guys think? Triggered. I can't believe that people act like this on social media, though, honestly. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. They said, hey, these are not called space buns. They're actually called...
I was told to eat
hey, shut up, man. Stupid ad. Hey, these are not called space buns. They're actually called Afro Puffs, not buns. Could you please stop being racist with the new hair topic and be thankful that we have new things? In an absurdly hyperbolic moment, they concluded that this is a kid's game and little ones do not need to see this content. There's no little ones on social media. I hate... Oh my gosh, can I just say, I hate when everyone uses the children excuse. Even in today's video that I posted. If you're watching this live, hi, give the stream a like. You can do it. Give the stream a like. Come on, I see you. Even in today's video, I literally said... The person in that video was using the for the kids excuse, trying to get themselves out of a situation that they clearly got themselves into, that they clearly didn't expect to happen. And it's happening again in this situation, them using the for the kids excuse. This is a kids game and little ones don't need to see this content. It's a hairstyle. Someone said space buns. She knew what the fuck she was doing. Do these people not know who Princess Leia is? Do these people not know that white women have frizzy hair as well? And I know that there's a difference between frizzy hair and curly hair, definitely. I'm not saying that there's not, because hair is very different on many different types of people. I don't know if I would understand that well or not, but they look very similar to Princess Leia's space buns. Do they look a little bit different? Yes. But do they look very similar? Extremely. It's not that big of a deal. It's a hairstyle in a game. In a fictional game that fictional characters are wearing. Someone said, how about we let black people enjoy one thing without wanting to take it for yourself? How about you just let someone play a damn video game without complaining at them for doing it wrong? Scrolling down, there's more. Someone said, it annoys me. I'm white but have tightly curly hair, but apparently I can't use this hairstyle because I'm not black. What the fuck is wrong with people? They just want to start a battle no one asked for. I 100% agree with this. I 100% agree with this. There are so many people trying to cause a divide in the gaming community, and even posts and comments like the previous ones we just saw. It's only people just trying to cause divide, and that's not cool. That's not okay. Scrolling down, someone said, as a POC, this entire comment section brings me nothing but pain. Just let people do what they want. God, I agree. Just let people do what they want. They're not hurting you. It's a hairstyle in a video game. So I think that you all kind of get the point that this person was unfortunately harassed and accused of racism for using an in-game bun hairstyle. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that people are so stupid on the internet. I truly can't. I truly can't.
Justin Johnson donated $5. Keep it up, Vara.
Thank you so much for the $5 donation, Justin. I appreciate it. Keep it up, Vara. Will do. But that's all that I really had to discuss with this topic. Absolutely ridiculous. Just let people play a video game the way that they want to play a video game. They're not hurting anyone else. They're not causing any problems. They're not causing any pain to anyone. It's a video game with fictional characters. If they want to use a hairstyle on a white character that maybe wasn't originally imagined as a hairstyle for a white character, what does it matter? It's not race locked, it's not gender locked or anything. Just let people use it the way that they want to use it. It's not hurting anyone.
Leon_K donated $10. Hope you are enjoying the PS5 Empress Vara. Thanks for the
Hey, thank you for the $10 donation, Leon. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the PS5. I am. I'll admit I've been playing a little bit of Demon Souls, which guys, listen, okay? I'm gonna start my Demon Souls playthrough soon, okay, you guys? In the next week, I'll be starting my Demon Souls PlayStation 5 playthrough, but I want to play Shadowlands first. Now, I'll talk about this really quickly. Ooh, before we move on to the next topic. I had the Shadowlands expansion pre-ordered for me by someone. Someone had donated it to me, someone whose name I can't say. But they had donated Shadowlands to me and gifted it to me quite a long time ago, actually. So I am going to be playing Shadowlands. The Shadowlands expansion for World of Warcraft came out today. I'm going to play it tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm going to be going live at 7 o'clock Eastern, maybe 7:30, 7 or 7:30. I'll let you guys know in Discord later. And I'll be playing Shadowlands for a couple of hours. I'm starting a new character because they did change the character leveling experience. So I kind of want to just start a new character, show you guys that experience, and move into Shadowlands. But I wanted to play a little bit of Shadowlands first before I started Demon Souls on the PlayStation 5. But at the end of the week, not Oran, at the end of the week, or the beginning of next week, I will be playing Demon Souls on the PlayStation 5. So, yeah, I'll be playing Demon Souls. And tomorrow night, I'm going to be playing Shadowlands, if you guys want to stop by for that. Really quickly, let me take a sip of my drink, read chat. Farrah's burnt out with all of this idiocy. It does definitely get very tiring to have to currently talk about this stuff and read this stuff, but at the same time, I feel like there aren't enough people who talk about this stuff. And I feel like it is important to discuss. But, you know, I do also, that's why I also stream. I play video games at the end of the day. I mean, Mondays I do Vara After Dark. But most other days I live stream video games. Also, Nigma, please stop spamming chat. I would appreciate it. Vera, did you get my donation? I did, Justin, and I thanked you already. But thank you again, Justin, for the $5 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you, Leon, for your donation. And thank you, Tony, for your donation. I'll thank everyone for their donations. I hope my 1660 can handle it. Cyberpunk? I know that they updated the specs. I think that it should be able to. Thank you for being a trusted journalist. Do we... journalist? Ooh, tainted term. Good to see Kurt Russell is smarter than the other actors. True, Republic Commando. 501st. Can I get a what? Alright, so we're going to move on to the next topic of the night, and then we're going to be talking about Cyberpunk. Really quickly, though, if you're enjoying the live stream, please make sure to give it a like. Let's get to 100 likes. There's 102 of you here. Guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give the stream a like. If you're enjoying it, like I said, give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. Consider donating via Streamlabs, just $1. A notification will pop up. I do appreciate all of the donations, and as you guys can see, I do read them all out if you want to support. And you can follow me on social media, and if you want to support even further, you can become a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. I appreciate all of the support. I am going to start doing scheduled monthly supporter-only live streams. They'll probably be on Wednesdays, but I did hit 50 patrons. We're at 51 patrons right now. 51 Dark Titans. Thank you guys so much for supporting. I will be doing supporter-only live streams soon in the future. Just right now, there's we've got Demon Souls, Shadowlands, we've got Cyberpunk soon. I'm hoping to do a supporters live stream at least one before Cyberpunk, so make sure to check out the links in the description if you want to support, and give the live stream a like if you're here. I see you, lurkers. I see you, lurkers. Is KOTOR better than Demon Souls? I mean, I think KOTOR is one of the best games ever created. I haven't played too much of the Demon Souls remake yet. Alright, you guys, so we are going to move on to the next topic of the night, which is about Kurt Russell. Guys, I really like Kurt Russell. He's always been a good actor, in my opinion. He's had a couple of bad takes, but let's be honest. If you're an actor, and you do put your opinions online, whether they're political or not political, sometimes there's going to be points that you make and topics that you bring up that people do not agree with your opinions, and I definitely think that he's made a couple of interesting posts that I don't necessarily agree with, but, you know, I do overall think that he's been a great actor. He has been so amazing on and off screen, and with his recent comments, I like him even more. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 star Kurt Russell attacked for opinion that actors should remain politically neutral. Now, I've said a couple times that I do think that it's in a way okay for actors to voice their opinions on social media. If you're an actor, you're a human being, just like the rest of us. You're gonna have opinions too, and I definitely think that it's okay for you to voice those opinions on things like social media, but the way that you go about it is very critical. You can't attack people. If you just go on social media and say, you know, let's say there's two different opinions, fuck one opinion, praise another opinion, I think that that's just definitely not the way that you should do it. And I think that when you're an actor and you're someone on social media, you should definitely be respectful, even if you don't like someone, because you are a public figure, definitely. But I really do like Kurt Russell's new opinion that ironically he was attacked for. Imagine having an opinion online and not being attacked for it. So Kurt Russell is the latest actor to come under fire for their political opinions, though in a surprising tweet, the Thing in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 star is being attacked for his holding of any particular ideology, but for his opinions that actors should remain politically neutral. This is definitely a stance that I can get behind. In the world of 2020, it seems like every social media post from a celebrity is an endorsement of a political movement, to the point where it's a genuine rarity when a celebrity doesn't chime in with their opinion about the current climate nowadays. As such, it's refreshing when a celebrity does the opposite and takes a stand, sticking to their guns and keeping their business about, the industry that they work in, the entertainment industry. But whatever tact and neutrality such an actor may attempt to exercise in the political realm, folks looking to call them out will never be far behind. Such was the case with Kurt Russell, who found himself as a target of an outrage mob following the publication of his recent interview with the New York Times, done in promotion for his upcoming film, The Christmas Chronicles 2, due to his advocacy for actors to refrain from using their celebrity status as a political stage. During an interview after being asked if he stood behind his previous statements calling for actors to remain politically neutral, the The Living Planet actor replied, "Totally. I've always been someone who felt we are court jesters," said Russell. "That's what we do. As far as I'm concerned, you should step away from saying anything so that you can still be seen by the audience in any character. There's no reason entertainers can't just learn as much as anybody else about a subject, whatever it is. But I think what's sad about it is that they lose their status as a court jester, and I'm a court jester. That's what I was born to do." I really like this stance because it's true. When you see an actor, you want to think of them as a character or think of them a specific way. Not think like we do with Pedro Pascal, "Oh my god, there's that guy again that all he does is complain." That's what happens when we hear Pedro Pascal at this point. We hear, "Oh my gosh, it's just that guy again. It's fuck Trump supporters. We love Biden supporters. I am a whiny little child that wants his way, even though I'm getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to wear a helmet and walk on stage and go, this is the way." And I'm really glad that Kurt Russell is defending his stance again, because too often we also see actors completely change their stances at some point in time. They'll say something 2 years ago, and then you ask them again, and then they'll go, "Nah, I don't believe in that anymore. I was a dumb idiot those couple of years ago." And we're not seeing that from Kurt Russell. We're just seeing someone with genuine thoughts that, hey, maybe actors should stay as actors, stay as neutral parties, so that people can just enjoy the content that they create and the content that they're in. Scrolling down, it says, when The Christmas Chronicles 2 co-star Goldie Hawn playfully jabbed that Russell was not always funny, the actor replied that a court jester isn't always funny, explaining how a court jester is the only one who can walk into the castle and put the king down as long as he doesn't hit too close to home, and sharing how he thought this role and its dynamics to be a big important part of all cultures throughout history, and I'd like to see it stay in ours. I really, really like this take. Now, scrolling down, it says, a backlash Kurt Russell may have never seen. Given that Russell is not on any social media, it's important to note that this interview is the only avenue he has to communicate with his fans about his beliefs, his roles, and the life he has led to this point. I like when actors have social media just because you can hear their stances on things like new movies. I like to hear when actors, honestly kind of promote their own movies and talk about their experiences. I'm someone who loves seeing behind the scenes footage or like on set interviews with actors, so I kind of wish that he had social media just for those reasons. But it says, however, the responses to the Hollywood Reporter's interview are very telling of a different social atmosphere than what the actor may expect of contemporary America, with his statement sparking a backlash after its publication that thankfully he may never see. Someone said, Kurt Russell saying that this can only hurt his career. We got 250,000 dead Americans and rising. Trump is AWOL, staging a coup. Really makes Kurt Russell sound un-American to not have our backs at this moment. Hide instead of the bullshit. But other stars are stepping up and helping. Hey, donation. Thank you, John, for the $1 donation. Appreciate it. Someone else said, silence in the face of cruelty and injustice speaks volumes. You're attacked if you have an opinion and people don't like it. You're attacked if you don't put your opinion on social media. You're gonna be attacked no matter what the hell you do at this point. Someone said, we're not stupid. We know you are human. And if I'm going to invest my money, time, and energy into adoring your work, I need to know where you stand as a human. There are a gazillion good actors out there, and I will be hurt if you're a bad human, and we'll move on to the next. Go ahead. Don't watch his next movie. I'm sure millions of other people will for you. Can't you just look at them as a character? That's what I would love to do. Someone else said, that's the least brave thing I've heard this year. He just made all of the characters he played weaker. How, though? How is he making other characters weaker? That's the point of him playing a character, is because they're a character and they're not the same person as the actor. How, though? Me no understand. These people, genuinely, I just don't understand these people's logic. It's like, you're bad if you say something. You're bad if you don't say something. A gazillion good actors. LMAO, sure. Yeah, there's like 5 good actors in Hollywood, and he's one of them. Like this fucking Santa Claus, though. Scrolling down a little bit, it says, in the same interview, he explained that he was libertarian, though deviated from some of the other well-known self-proclaimed libertarians in Hollywood, such as Bill Maher. He also spoke about his belief in a limited constitutional government and free market capitalism. Though Russell didn't give any preference to any political candidate in the interview, he admitted that he was informed about the political realms, but explained that he did not want to have an agenda about it, which might explain his absence on social media. Unfortunately, yes, social media is very politically driven. You either have a good political opinion that some people like, a bad political opinion that other people will like. And this article does continue on with that, and it also continues on with how James Arnold Taylor had to defend himself against attacks on social media for joining Parlay, however you want to say it. I've heard everyone say it both ways. I know it's technically pronounced Parlay. And I did also talk about that in last week's discussion stream, so you can go back and watch that if you want. But yeah, that's all that I really had to discuss with this topic. I like Kurt Russell a lot. I've liked him for a while. I think that this just makes me like him more, to be honest. I 100% respect the decision of an actor like him to remain politically neutral and to not shove his political opinions into everyone's faces. I commend him. Truly, I think that there are too many actors out there who don't care enough about the harm that they can do and the divide that they can cause, and they do what they want, and then later on we see so much divide on social media, especially on someone like Pedro Pascal's feed, where you have Trump supporters being attacked, and then you have Trump supporters being upset because they were attacked, then just defending themselves, and then it causes so much divide. But yeah, that's all that I really had to discuss with that topic. And in a moment, we are going to move on to the final topic of the night. Let me try to make this smaller. That's pretty damn small, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, we're going to talk about the final topic in just a moment, which is Cyberpunk, the main topic of the night. One that I've really been looking forward to discuss all day. Actors who make believe for a living shouldn't preach politics. You know, actors are human too, so I understand that they're going to have their own political opinions and just opinions in general. But I think, unfortunately, they usually go on the attack and they don't respectfully tell people their opinions. I think it's okay to tell people your opinions as long as you're doing it respectfully and maturely. And unfortunately, a lot of these actors are so entitled they don't do anything respectfully or maturely. It's just the way that it is now. It's 2020, guys. It ain't 20... I don't know. I was going to say I was gonna say 2077, but, you know, let's not curse the year 2077, right? Guys, please refrain from the, Trump with clown faces in chat. Let's be nice to each other. Let's not cause divide in the chat. I appreciate it. It's fine to voice your opinions if you do it respectfully, and if you don't do it respectfully, that's the problem. Just be respectful. Social justice warriors ruined it all. I can't even say it, for fuck's sake. Social justice warriors have ruined a lot in a lot of industries, unfortunately. I wish that that wasn't the case. I wish that that wasn't the way that it was. I wish that it was better, but unfortunately, it's not the way that it is. Hey, Todd, how you doing? It's been a while. Belle Delphina's back. I know, I talked about it at the beginning of stream a little bit because I was initially going to talk about how she was banned, but she is unbanned. Her channel is back, and there are a couple of videos missing from her channel, but she had said that she removed them herself. Hey Vera, good luck with the stream. Red hair looking red as ever. Thank you, Viking, I appreciate it. Cyberpunk visual novel 2077. Cyberpunk, it's never gonna come out until 2077. Yeah, I think that it's fine for an actor to have their own opinions, but when you're attacking fans in their opinions and what they like and what they don't like is the problem. 007, ooh, coming in with the heated comments. So glad I blocked spamming individuals long ago. I'm gonna block you, 007. You're blocked. See, I'm blocking you right now. I'm scrolling my mouse to your name. I'm gonna block you. I just blocked you. Get a life. Okay, you're not blocked. Don't leave. I wonder when Star Citizen will come out. 3077 at this rate. Star Citizen is a joke at this point. It's a joke at this point. Brawler had posted one, but he deleted it. If you thought 2020 was rough, 2077 looks like shit. Ha! Multiple meaning there, Leon. What are you, shitting on Cyberpunk 2077? Banned. I'm using the ban hammer tonight. Wow, Google moderator hasn't removed any messages in chat tonight. I'm humbled. Wow. It's time for the final topic of the night. If you're enjoying the stream, give it a like. If you're not, give it a dislike. Become a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. None of my content is monetized, even though YouTube's apparently going to monetize and put their own ads on it, so F's for me. If you enjoy the content, become a Dark Titan. You get access to a special supporter stream every month. I'll say hi to you, a personalized hi, and 007 says Vera's just salty about the fact that I keep death counts when she streams games. 10 more patrons, he's banned. You know, 007, okay? I don't need you, alright? I don't need your death counters. Alright, I do need you around because you're cool, but your death counters, I'm gonna have a death counter for Demon Souls. I don't need you and your death counters. I mean, I'm gonna actually have a death counter on screen, but you can still count it in chat and remind me, because I'm probably gonna lie. I'm probably gonna put like -1 death when it's really +1 death. Will Star Citizen ever come out? No, probably not. I love how you welcome dislikes. It's admirable. I definitely do. I'm fine with opinions if you like my content or if you don't like my content. Star Citizen 9077. No, 007's cool. Alright, you guys, so we are going to talk about the final topic of the night. So the final topic of the night is going to be Cyberpunk 2077. Now, as a lot of you know, I'm extremely excited about Cyberpunk, and a lot of you are as well. Cyberpunk is probably the most anticipated game of the year. I know, I get it. Last of Us 2 was had excitement around it. It was highly anticipated as well, but I think that it flopped. And I'm hoping that Cyberpunk will not flop. And when it comes to large game releases, there's always some sort of problems around them. Unfortunately, with Cyberpunk, it's been delayed 3 times. We've had a lot of issues with it. And CD Projekt Red has had to continue to delay it and delay it and delay it. Even though they've said that they didn't want to and they didn't want it to come to that, it unfortunately happened. And now, a couple of weeks before release, 3 weeks before release, Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay is leaking online as physical copies are starting to arrive at stores. Now, I had this idea that, I had this theory that Cyberpunk was going to be delayed again. It seems like it's not going to be delayed again, which is awesome. So, now that it sounds like it's not going to be delayed, we know that because physical copies are starting to arrive at stores, Walmarts, Targets, GameStops, places like that will sell the game, Best Buys. But unfortunately, there are apparently very shitty employees either taking the copies of the games for themselves and leaking the footage online, or selling them, reselling them way early to people who are leaking this footage online. Now, I do want to tell you all, if you are excited for Cyberpunk and you use social media, please be extremely careful when it comes to leaks, because leaks are happening online. CD Projekt Red is very good right now at taking them down. They have been striking down every piece of like leaked footage that has been posted. Good or bad, it's your own opinion whether you think it's good that they're doing that or bad. But they are doing that. They are trying to protect their game. But this article says, after multiple delays, Cyberpunk 2077's release is just around the corner. CD Projekt Red has begun delivering physical copies to stores ahead of the December 10th release, leading to multiple leaks online. So the most anticipated game of the year, Cyberpunk 2077, is set to release on December 10th, and with the game's history of numerous delays, there was some skepticism about meeting its new deadline, especially after the leaks started hinting at a 4th delay. CD Projekt Red quickly shut down these rumors and reassured gamers that Cyberpunk will be published on December 10th. Developed by the same studio which brought us the Witcher games, Cyberpunk was originally set to be released in April 2020, but saw 3 delays as CD Projekt Red aims to deliver the highest quality games that fans are expecting. But there is some good news on the horizon. CD Projekt Red has started delivering physical copies to various retailers around the world, confirming once and for all that the game will be released with no further delays. As you can see, here is some of the leaked images online. You guys can kind of see it. Leaked Cyberpunk 2077 copies are now in Amazon's warehouse. Here's another photo, as you all can see. It says more copies and a promotional stand for Cyberpunk 2077 in Amazon's warehouse. There are a ton of these images leaking. There's the PlayStation version. You have the Xbox version. There's just a bunch of different things here. But going back to the article, it says the bad news is that due to the game's copies arriving in warehouses, they are being acquired by people that have wasted no time in leaking gameplay footage online. Several pictures of the game's case have been released, showing the design and blurb at the back. That's not really surprising. We already kind of knew what the game was going to look like. I mean, we've already been told what the cover of the game was going to look like, so I'm not that shocked that it looks the way that we anticipated it to look. But it says the most substantial leak came from 2 guys who, after getting their hands on a copy, started streaming the first section of the game on YouTube. It says a guy stole a copy of Cyberpunk and did a leak stream Listen to this dumbassery. Except that he spent the whole 20 minutes streaming before it was taken down, mindlessly stumbling through menus and looping in dialogue trees. Imagine if you stole a video game, one of the most anticipated video games of the year, and you literally just sat in menus for the 20 minutes that your stream was going. Literally, you're in menus. I'm not advocating stealing these games, but menus, really? It says few are being made to suffer more this year than the humble Cyberpunk hype train passenger. It says while CD Projekt Red was lightning fast in taking down the video from the Google-owned platform, the damage was done and 20 minutes of gameplay was leaked. While no major spoilers were reportedly shown, the leakers were able to show the character creation tool and spent several minutes browsing the menus and talking to NPCs. It says this is not the first time Cyberpunk 2077 is the target of a leak. The list of achievements and trophies for PC, Xbox One, Series X, and PlayStation 4 and 5 were leaked weeks before the game's actual release. I'm not going to show you all the leaked footage because there definitely are a lot of you out there who don't want to see the leaked footage. I definitely understand, so I'm not going to show any of the footage here. But yeah, there were there was like 20 minutes worth of footage leaked. Even if the game was bad, this isn't okay. This is very sad to hear. And I know that I'm joking around a lot, but it's sad to hear that this company's work and their effort and their dedication is being prematurely shown. And when it comes to games that are even bad, yeah, like we all say we're in a way glad that it leaked so we don't purchase it ourselves. But at the same time, even when like The Last of Us 2 was supposedly leaked on 4chan and no one believed it and I believed it and it was true, I even said in that video I was disappointed that this was happening because while seeing leaks are interesting, it's also very disappointing because this is years of their hard work and effort being ripped out from underneath them. Because there are many people who are already stealing copies of Cyberpunk, who are streaming it, who are trying to upload the gameplay. And once you put that gameplay online, there's always going to be someone who's going to take it, who's going to archive it, who's going to re-upload it. So that footage is here to stay at this point. It wasn't that far into the game, like it says. Most of it was menu, skipping some cutscenes and going into dialogue with NPCs. But it's still very sad to see, and it's very unfortunate to see, especially where there's so many people who are excited for Cyberpunk. And I do understand that there are a lot of people who are upset about Cyberpunk, it taking so long to release, all of these delays. Guys, I get it. It's very unfortunate. But that doesn't mean that you should go, and if you're an Amazon employee, and steal a copy of the game and fuck over the experience for everyone else. We've still got 3 weeks to go. Well, 2 weeks to go before this game launches. Have a little bit of respect for everyone else, not just yourself. What do they think they're going to get out of it? Truly. I mean, if you put up a YouTube channel with it, that YouTube channel is going to get banned. If you put up a Twitch channel with it, that Twitch channel is going to get banned. All you're doing is ruining the experience for everyone else. It's not like you're going to be able to make money off of it. So yeah, that's all that I really had to discuss with it. It's just a very shitty, very unfortunate situation where CD Projekt Red has already faced problems with this game. A lot of problems, as you all know, with the delays. They don't need any more problems leading up to launch with people stealing copies and putting the gameplay on social media. They have been very vigilant when it comes to taking down that footage and trying their best to hold back the spoilers for people who don't want spoilers, but that's the situation that they're in, and I feel really bad for CD Projekt Red. It's a very unfortunate situation. But yeah, guys, that's really all that I had to discuss in this stream. We talked about Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay leaking, Kurt Russell being attacked for the opinion that actors should remain politically neutral. We talked about Animal Crossing New Horizons players facing waves of harassment and accusations of racism over using in-game bun hairstyles, and I also talked about the Mandalorian's second season and some of the rumors going around about it. But before we end the stream, I'm going to chat with you all for a couple of minutes. So if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to discuss, please feel free to put them into the chat now. I'd be happy to answer them. But yeah, if you guys were just here for the articles, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. If you're enjoying the stream and if you did enjoy it, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. Xbox Series S will probably be like the PC version on medium and 720 or 1080. Huh? You can always stream The Witcher 3 until then, Vera. True. Witcher 3 is such a good game. I haven't streamed it. I haven't streamed Witcher 2 or The Witcher 3, but Witcher 3 is a great game. That's pretty lame. We've waited this long for the game. What's a few more games? Well, people are still very upset because I've even said it in my past streams. If you're a company, don't give release dates if you don't really think that you're going to be able to uphold them. Like the last delay, I truly think that they should have not given a date and just had kind of taken a step back and just said we're gonna give you a release date when we're closer to launch. But it is what it is. If they make Gina leave Mandalorian, I'm gonna quit watching. I think that if they have Gina Carano leave The Mandalorian, a lot of people will stop watching. I think that they'll get seriously big boycotts. What video game series would you like to be brought back that hasn't had an installment in the last 10 years or so? TARDIS, I gotta say the game that I say every damn time, Knights of the Old Republic. I know that Star Wars The Old Republic, the MMO, does continue Revan's story, but I'd still like a real KOTOR 3. It's always gonna be KOTOR, guys. If you don't know the answer to my video game question, just assume it's KOTOR. Let us all make a character with buns on Cyberpunk 2077 to piss off the mobs and laugh at them. Honestly, Ken? Tempted. A white character with hair buns. Wow, who would have known that that would have been so triggering? Who would have known? People these days, guys. I don't know. People are outraged over nothing. Like a white character wearing space buns. I'm gonna restart The Witcher 3. Witcher 3 is great. Do it. What's your favorite game, Vera? Well, my favorite game is, like I just said, Knights of the Old Republic. Lots of good games, though. There are a ton of good games. I could probably pick one game from every genre and have, like, a solid game that I love. Yeah, you can download KOTOR. How much is it? GOG.com. Knights of the... on GOG, which is CD Projekt Red's DRM free game site, KOTOR is $9.99. How much is KOTOR 2? Knights of the Old Republic 2 is $9.99 as well, and they go on sale all the time. So you could spend $20 and get 2 games that you could spend 100 hours on if you felt like it. The Armorer? You mean, wait, Sage, you mean the female Armorer? Why did the music stop? Hello, music? Hello? Oh, it's not working. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I think that I got it. Yeah, I got it. I'll play the music for the last couple seconds. PC specs are all in the description. What happened? Yeah, I don't know. The music just, like, died. GG. I don't know. Yeah, GOG is a great site, though. I've never played an MMO. So, KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic, isn't an MMO. SWOTOR is the MMO. Star Wars: The Old Republic. That is, it's free to play, but you can pay $15 a month if you want. It's a great MMO if you like Star Wars. Hell yeah, I do that armor. I know that they never confirmed it, but I still feel like that armor is Mandalore during that time period. I still feel like she was supposed to be like a Mandalore figure. I don't know. I would recommend the Cyberpunk radio on Twitch. A lot of the music that they play is DMCA for Twitch streamers. For me, they'd claim any money that I'd make on the stream. None of my content is monetized anyway, though, but it'd all be copyrighted. Most of it's copyrighted, actually, yeah. Yeah, The Old Republic is Star Wars: The Old Republic is an MMO, while Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 are single player. Exactly. I'll continue this in Discord. Yeah, TARDIS, I'd totally be open to answering any questions that you have about it. But, alright, you guys, I am going to end the live stream. Thank you all so much for stopping by tonight. I do really appreciate it. If you are not part of it already, please make sure to join our Discord. We are very active there. I do tag you all when I go live in case YouTube doesn't notify you, because unfortunately YouTube doesn't like to notify people a lot of the time when I go live. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month. We're at 51 Dark Titans. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do really appreciate it. And to all of you who are still live and watching, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow night at, I don't know, I'll update you all in Discord. Tomorrow night at either 7 o'clock or 7:30 p.m. Eastern, I will be here live streaming. I am going to be playing Shadowlands. I'm going to start a new character in World of Warcraft, check out the new starting area for new characters and also the leveling experience, and just kind of hang out with you all for a couple of hours. Chill stream, playing some World of Warcraft, showing off the new expansion, and just hanging out with you guys. But like I said, make sure to like the stream if you enjoyed it, dislike it if you didn't. Go watch today's video if you haven't seen it already. Very interesting topic. If you're into anime, manga, or video games, and you're probably a fan of one of the three. But yeah, check out the links in the description. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and have a fantastic night, everyone.